Alright, let's get on it. So, I thought I'd throw some videos together to help with build orders. Just show you guys some build orders for particular maps. I'm going to start with elevation using nod. So let's jump on it. Okay,
Yes,
so the
sir.
first thing you want to do on this, move your MCV up. Don't deploy in the same spot that you start at, move it up slightly, then deploy it.
Moving out.
The reason for this is you can deploy it next to like this tree line on these rocks, and it kind of gives you cover as well. If like Nord are coming in with bikes, you know, they have to go around here to get to your construction yard. They can't completely surround it. It also helps with your crawl, because you've got 3 Tiberian fields at the starting point. And you can get to the third one by crawling up this way. Place your power plant here, and you can just see it, just there. Next you want to put your racks up here as well. You want to try and continue crawling the top of the map. I'm going to get some anti-scouts out just so they're there.
Yes, sir. Roger. Reporting. Moving out.
Alright, so this is where you want to put your 3 refs down. The first ref, I mean you can put them in any order, it doesn't matter, but these are the locations. You want one here, so the corners catch in there. This is your first tib field.
Ready and waiting.
These guys,
Yes, sir.
go,
Moving
go,
out.
go.
Ready and waiting. Roger. Ready and waiting. Roger.
Alright, second one, you can put this right next to the tib field, just above your racks here. Right next to it. The closer you are to the Tiberian field, closer you are placing your refinery next to Tiberian field, the better your eco is going to be. It'll just sustain it a lot better. This is what I was trying to avoid.
Waiting. Moving out.
Right,
Affirmative.
I'll get rid of these guys. Very annoying. So you can see, actually I'll just wait for this to be quiet.
Acknowledged.
There we go.
Roger.
So you can see your third Tiberian field is here. Now, it's a little bit further away from your construction yard, so you've got 2 choices. You can put a refinery down here, kind of mirroring this side, and then your harvester will go to the Tiberian field as normal. Or some people like to crawl a bit closer to that Tiberian field, just to make it a bit more efficient. So you can put a silo down. I'll put the silo there. And now I'll build the refinery, and when I place it, it'll be right next to this Tiberian field. Some people prefer doing this. I'm not a fan of it. I tend to just put the refinery down here and carry on with my build. But I can understand why some people want to do this. So, there we go. Refinery goes, and it's right next to it. If you do put the silo down, make sure you sell it immediately after. Because once you've got, you know, your 3 refs down, and the silo, you will be in low power. You'll see it down here. I'm just into low power. If I sell this, you will see I go back into power. So it makes a difference. Actually, that seems to affect my power as well. Well, fancy that. I've learned something new too. Yeah, there we go. If this gets damaged, you lose power. Well, there we go. I've learned something from this as well. But anyway, the point is, once you've extended with that silo, sell it. You don't need it. Next thing you want to do is start building an airstrip. So you've got your 3 refs out. They're getting the money in. You want to get your airstrip. And again, we're going up. There's a Tiberian field just in this top corner here. And it's a nice Tiberian field. You can get 2 refs down in it. A lot of these at the beginning, quite small Tiberian fields, they're not very big. So you only want 1 ref per field if possible. Otherwise the field is just going to dry up real quick and your eco will just suffer in the long game. So try to avoid that, just stick with the 1 ref on these is what I'd recommend. Alright, so strip goes down here. Immediately build a power plant because you will be back into low power. So put that strip down. Power plant on the top again, to crawl. And then we can start putting the refineries down. And put this down here. I can place it. There we go. And then we'll build a second one and put the second one here as well. One thing to be careful of, sometimes you can get the refinery like right next to the wall here. Just be careful when you do that, because sometimes your harvester can't fit through the gap. So you might have to go right the way around. So it's better to step it out slightly. Just saves the harvester going all the way. Alright, so I'll put that one down. Immediately after doing these 2 refs, I start building another airstrip. But this is where it can change. It can vary depending on your play style, you know, who you're playing against and that kind of thing. Basically, you can either be aggressive from this point or defensive. I prefer to be defensive myself, but you guys can play any way you want. Both work quite well. So aggressively, you're going to want to put your airstrip down here. This way, you're getting 2 production buildings here, like vehicles coming out, and you will build up a very big army, and you can be very aggressive against this top fighting up here. You can also use that airstrip here to extend, to put a refinery down here as well, so you can get into this Tiberian field. But if you do that, you want to put your airstrip down here, then you want to put a power plant down here, and then you want to put your refinery there. You need the power plant because as soon as you put this airstrip down, you will be in low power. I'm going to show you the defensive way of doing this. So instead of putting my airstrip up there, I'm going to come down and I'm going to put the airstrip just under this refinery. And then immediately build a power plant. The reason I like doing this is, one, you can reinforce this bottom area a lot better. So if they're attacking you from here, you can actually get some defense in. This is quite vulnerable. If you're just building all your production buildings up here, this is completely undefended. If they come in at the bottom here, you've got to drag all your forces down, and it's very likely they'll take this out before you get there. So this is very good. That's why I call it a defensive build. But anyway, back to it. Next, you want to start going down. We'll build a power plant down here. Then we're going to build some silos to crawl down to a Tiberian field, which is just located in the bottom left. I believe it's 4 silos. Like, the best number. And now I want to go and build my refinery.
Reporting.
So if I get this guy to scout, you should see the Tiberian field just about here. Yeah, there we go.
Moving out.
Perfect.
You got it. Moving out.
So I'm going to put my refinery here. And I'll build another refinery. And I can put that one there. I'm
Yes,
actually
sir.
going to micro this. So I can put it in a bit
Yes,
of a better placement.
Affirmative.
Now you can sell these silos. It's probably worth selling them. You know, it's not often that you need silos in this game, except for crawling. So I will now put my refinery here, which fits quite nicely. And at this point, you're pretty much set, really. I mean, you've got 2 airstrips. You've got enough eco to sustain those 2 production buildings. How many refs have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 refs. Excuse me. But if you're in a big game and you need to keep crawling, then you can. Next thing you want to do, power plant. I'd recommend crawling across the bottom for sure. Power plant down. And I like to put a racks down, just because it's another production building, so you can defend this choke. If they start attacking to it, you can just build units straight out of here to help you with your defense. Next, we're going to go for silos. Here's some people being cocked back there, yeah. So this is where, just shut this guy up, quiet you. This is where you could do 2 silos and build a refinery, and it actually fits quite well around here, around this tree. See what I mean?
Moving out.
Get this guy to clear some of this fog.
Waiting. Moving out. Not a problem.
Stop this mischief up here.
Yes, sir. Roger. Affirmative.
Anyway,
Yes, sir.
so it's a bit of a late game now, so I don't think it will work. No, it will. Sometimes the Tiberian will grow, and it will prevent you from being able to place your building, so just be careful of that. But in this case, it looks like we're alright. let's build this refinery. And that should fit nice and snug around here. Here we go.
Yes, affirmative.
Now we got problems.
Ready and wait. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir.
Like, stop it. Trying to do
Ready
something.
and wait. Got it. Waiting for
Be such a pain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna park this guy
Affirmative.
here.
Vehicle moving out.
Alright.
Waiting order. Moving out.
So you can continue building from here. Again, you can go into a power plant, you can go to a comm center, you can just silo it. It doesn't matter, whatever you guys want to do. What I like to do around this point is I'll often do like maybe a racks or a power plant. Then I'll do a comm center just so I've got the tech. Because you'll unlock a lot of extra tech from this. Which is quite handy, such as like flame tanks when you're not. They're fantastic against GDI when they're just throwing loads of grens at you. Flame tanks will just change the game completely.
Yes, sir.
Dude, behave. Alright, come here. And now we can reach this Tiberian field. This is a very late game Tiberian field, but if you're playing at a high level, it's quite often that you will need to get to this point. It's surprising. So there we go, that fits in there perfectly. And off he goes, back to work. And that's pretty much it. Now you can mess around with however you want. I mean, you can manipulate this along the way. This is just the kind of standard build that I'll go for. An additional little tip here that I like to do is if you've got the money to back it up. One of these, you will need more power, obviously. I'm going to go into low power if I try and place it now. But one of them, placed right here, in this little groove there, is beautiful. It'll, if they're attacking across here, it'll reach them. If they're attacking down here, it'll reach them. It'll force them to try and come right around the outside so you can get your units in there and block them off. Just create like a nice choke. It is an epic placement. Right there, look. There we go. I'm low power, but you get the idea. It's a great place for a defensive structure. Now, if you're playing this and you spawn the other side, don't worry. It's pretty much mirrored. The build is exactly the same. The map is exactly the same, just mirrored. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart this. I'm going to play from the other side and do the build, put it at a normal rate and just build units along the way. You can see how the eco will balance out. I can carry on building units and my eco won't run out and I can still continue to build. So let's have a look. Alright,
Yes,
here we
sir.
go.
Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative.
So I don't need to do this, just have it, sorry. Right, again, so I'm now the opposite side, but the build is the same, it's just mirrored.
Reporting right away, sir. Acknowledged. Roger. Yes, sir. Roger.
And during this one, I will continue to build units,
Moving out.
just so you guys can see that you can sustain
Moving out.
the production of units at the same time as doing your base crawl and your build order,
Ready and waiting. Moving out.
which is key. You don't really want to run out of money if you can help it.
Waiting orders. Moving out. Yes, sir. Moving out.
So,
Ready and
normal
waiting.
game,
Roger.
sending the scouts out, got the
Reporting.
anti-scouts there as well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Ready and waiting.
But put them in the right place. Here we go. Again, you'll notice I didn't use a silo to kind of crawl over. I don't like to do it. I can understand why people do it. You know, it gets you closer. It is probably a better move, but I just don't like to sacrifice the time it takes to build a silo. You know, the whole 6 seconds. But there we go. All right.
Reporting.
Stick these guys in guard mode.
Reporting. Roger. Reporting. Roger.
Just send them in. This isn't what we're doing today. This
Reporting.
scouting
You
is
got
not
it.
the important thing today. I can make another video on that if you guys want to see it. If you guys want any tips on scouting. Now we're focusing on the build. Alright, so airstrip on the top, straight into a power plant. I will build some units. Power plant up. And get these 2 refineries on this top tip.
Awaiting orders. Moving out. Ready. Moving out.
There's the one. Just bringing these guys down
Yes,
just
sir.
to kind of, you know,
Affirmative.
protect against the units they're going to send over.
Unit reporting. Affirmative.
Alright, so I've just run out of money, but I'm not far off. It has slowed the production down though. Alright, so at this point, got those 2 refs up. Going straight into an airstrip. I'm going to go
Yes,
into
sir.
a defensive kind of build
Waiting
here.
acknowledged.
And if you want to build faster, you can just hold your units. But you can see it's pretty much balancing right now. It did stop the building just a minute ago, but it's not far off. We've got enough harvesters constantly going in. Just keep it going. I'm still building units. This is still ticking over. Which is what we want. It's a perfect balance.
Waiting orders. Moving out.
Alright, so again I'm going to do a defensive one. That down there. I'm going to move this guy because he's going to be in the way in a sec. Power plant down. And this is where we do the 4 silos down here. Right, I'm starting to run out of money now. That's because my production of these has like doubled the speed because I've got the extra building down. So I want to be a bit careful now. I might need to put that on hold. Just so I can keep my eco going and get these buildings up. Just remember to put, take them back off hold, keep building afterwards. Here we go, refinery down. I'm going to take these off hold so they can keep building, and I'm going to sell these silos.
Yeah.
Just send these techies to their doom. Again, it's not doing too bad. It's still going pretty quick. And we are building units very quickly now. There's that down, into another power plant.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Moving out. Vehicle reporting
We've
out.
got loads of units, so I mean we could be attacking, we could finish the game by this point in some cases. Gonna keep going, power plant racks, and then we're gonna do a silo crawl. 2 silos. Keep an eye on the tib growth as well if you can, because like I'm building a refinery here now, and I'm hoping it's gonna fit snug around here. But you'll see this bit of tib has grown there. If it does that in somewhere else, it might block my placement. So I'm alright here, but it could have grown by there, and then I can't place it, which is really annoying. So just keep an eye on that. You might need to improvise and kind of extend a bit further maybe and put it up there. Alright, power plant down. Gonna go for a comm center. But keep building.
Yes, acknowledge. Moving out. Acknowledge.
I seem to have the habit of forgetting to build, even in games. It's really not good.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
You can see at this point, I mean, I could just keep building. I've got 5 grand and it's staying at about 5 grand. And I'm going for it with units. Alright, so we go up. Go into another refinery.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Moving out.
if I demonstrate where I would be placing my units right now, you guys can see, because obviously I don't want to leave this wide open for them to attack. My units would kind of be positioned around these chokes, just to stop them from getting through. And then I can put my refinery there. Ooh, perfect. Let's just build one of these, because they're great. Let's just do it. Alright, so I would put the power plant here, because I'm going to need one to keep this in power.
Yes, sir.
The
Moving out.
reason I put it there is because you can put a refinery here if you wanted to, and then you've got another refinery for this field.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Reporting. Moving out.
There's so many units, I can't even
Waiting
fit
order.
them all in the areas.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Moving out. Reporting. Moving out.
Can't do much against these orcas, but just leave it. Leave it to it. You can see, same again, you've got this nice little spot here. Put that down. Perfect defensive spot. I can even put that ref at the top here. Might as well. Why not? There we go. That's pretty much it, guys. And then you can just absolutely
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
go for it. You will have a huge eco, very large production of vehicles and infantry if you wanted to. And you can just swamp your enemy. It works very well. Anyway, that's getting a bit noisy. So that's it, guys. I hope this helped you out. If it did, feel free to hit the like and leave a subscribe, or the other way around. Whichever way you guys want to do it. Anyway, I appreciate it, and I hope this helps you out. So I'll catch you later. Bye.